we know out there that we've been watching the elections in the U.S., the cycle, and all the marketing and all the anti-Clinton and anti-Trump, and it's crazy, the emotions and the roller coaster ride they're taking it through. It's as I say all the time, these newscasting agencies, they're just all they are. They create a sporting event. It's like being in a sporting event. The difficulty is when it comes to the market itself. And the questions that arise out of it is this manipulated? Are these politically manipulated to do something for a particular candidate or maybe against a particular candidate? And I have to say, yes, it is. There are times when it is politically motivated, advertising politically motivated messages, and they try to keep the markets up. They do it. It's been done over and over again historically. So the answer to it is yes. And so it's vitally important you don't get caught up emotionally in it, and you don't make a decision based on what's appearing to occur in a few days or maybe a couple week period of time. They might go against your better judgment if you do that, and you'll end up getting burned because the markets always seem to come back to what they should be eventually. So I want to kind of touch on what helped me write the newsletter this last month in regards to deflation. And if you haven't received it, just go onto the sites, log in and grab it. There's 21 fresh numbers that point to expanding deflationary collapse, and that's both global and domestic. U.S. factory orders have fallen for 14 consecutive months. 14. Factory orders, guys, that means there's no business going on, okay? They're losing business. Restaurant Performance Index in the United States has dropped to the lowest level that we have seen since 2008. These are the things that are happening while the preachers are on TV preaching the market. Okay? These are the things that are happening. Eventually, the reality will catch up, the markets will recognize it, and those things will be adjusted to the proper levels. Okay. The Baltic Dry Index recently fell below 300 for the first time ever. About 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, I gave you an illustration of the Baltic Dry Goods Index. It is the index of trade around the world via ships. And those ships have to be running for trade to be occurring between countries because that's how they traffic all that stuff around the world. Those huge tankers with all the goods from different parts of the world gets transported everywhere. It is now at its lowest level, okay? It's risen a little bit from the 300, but not much as of today. So it's continuing to stay extremely low, which means there's not a lot of business going on, okay? There's not a lot of business, which is not good for the markets. It is now cheaper. This was incredible when I found this. It's now cheaper to rent a 1,100-foot merchant vessel to ship your goods in than it is to rent a Ferrari. Think of that. You can rent a Ferrari cheaper than you can a 1,100-foot boat. It's crazy. That's how bad it's gotten out there. 12th reason for expanding deflationary collapse here. Orders for Class 8 trucks in the United States has dropped by 48% on a year-over-year basis in January. Think of that. These are the trucks that move things around the country. 48% drop. Due to lack of demand for trucks, Daimler just laid off 1,250 U.S. workers. Happened last month. 14th reason there's a deflationary collapse occurring. Even though Saudi Arabia and Russia have agreed to freeze oil production at current levels, the price of oil has still fallen below $40 a barrel. It actually got below 30, then climbed a little bit, but we look for it to continue to decline shortly again.